My house has survived the fire. To be honest with you, there's no straight answers from anyone like what you should be doing.
Right now, the current concern is about asbestos.
Toxic smoke of the blaze full of lead.
My insurance company isn't saying anything.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
9 to 12 months before they even clean this place up.
As of today, they have said they are not paying for it. House remediation.
Okay.
Okay, so we are currently driving through the unaffected areas of Altadena. This is like the southern area of Altadena. These people's homes didn't get nearly as affected by the fires as those in my neighborhood.
My house has survived the fire, and we're really fortunate. The inside of it smells like a campfire was extinguished, and it's full of dust and ash, but comparatively to my neighbors, we've really been blessed. People like us who have standing structures have tested these homes, and it's coming back with lead and asbestos. We don't really know from an insurance standpoint what they're going to cover and what they're not going to cover.
So I've been living in a hotel now with my neighbors for the last 3 weeks. It's been about 2.5 weeks since the National Guard locked down the neighborhood after the fires, and we are now able to re-enter the neighborhood. There's a lot of anxiety and tension around where we're all going to live, how we're going to get back to our homes. Those of us who have homes, if we can move back, when we can move back. My agent said to me, we'll be back very soon because they're going to start cleaning the homes right away and that we won't be out for very long. And I'm a little dubious of that because Governor Newsom said on the news that it will be 6 months to a year before the area is cleared. So I don't understand how we can move back in if they're just going to be pulling up all of this debris and all the dust is just going to be traveling back from the burn sites into my home.
Earlier today, I walked through the house to get a closer look at the interior. It's really the first time I've stopped to take it all in and assess the damage.
Yeah, so this is the interior of the house. Dirt and debris and smoke and ash soot in the home. The house obviously shows what happened in here.
The things that people don't understand about this fire is obviously a mountain burned and a lot of vegetation burned, but the main thing that burned were the homes. And these homes were 100 years old and they had lead, they have asbestos in them, they have lithium in them from car batteries, they have all these chemicals in them, and they all burned all the way to the ground, and all that stuff was airborne and now brought into the air and now penetrated into our home.
Because of the climate here in Southern California, a lot of these homes just don't have the most sealed up doors and windows. So when winds are gusting between 70 and 100 miles per hour, all the smoke and ash and debris are going to just blow straight inside those homes.
I think at the extreme level, people are saying essentially like the whole house is toxic, the walls are penetrated, you have to rip out the walls, you'll have to rip out your insulation, you're gonna have to throw away all of your soft goods, you're gonna have to throw away all your electronics, all of your appliances. And the truth is that basically your house is completely trashed except for the wall, the exterior walls. And I don't really know what to do with that. I don't know if that's true or not.
My insurance agent, I said to him the other day, I was like, well, we're probably not going to be in the house for like a year. And he said to me, oh no, you're going to be back in a few months. And I was like, how is that even possible considering the governor said it's going to be 9 to 12 months before they even clean this place up. How am I going to be living back here with all this ash and stuff being kicked back up? And he said, well, I don't know about that. I'm hoping they do the right thing. I'm hoping they realize it's not safe for people to move into this area until the homes that have burned are remediated. But I'm concerned that they're only concerned about how much they can mitigate their losses on people like us who have standing structures.
My insurance company has given us $10,000 as an advance against our contents, but nothing more at this point.
So who's paying for your hotel?
Currently, my wife and I are paying for our hotel. we have not been reimbursed, and State Farm has not decided to set up direct bill with the hotel. So currently right now it's all going on our credit cards, and we are in the process of racking up thousands of dollars in hotel bills because State Farm hasn't decided to pay us back for them yet. If you're a family who cannot afford hotels and cannot afford to put things on credit cards, I'm not sure what your options are. I assume live with other family, move out of the area. I think it would be very challenging if you are basically on your own. First step is to meet with somebody and get a sense of like what we need to do to clean the home. So we're headed back up to my house. It's the first time I'm meeting with a remediation company. I assume that we will meet with a few, but this one came recommended from a friend, and I look forward to seeing what their guidance is towards getting home. So what would we be doing today?
Just taking a look.
Okay.
I want to take pictures of how bad the intrusion is, obviously, and give you a sense of what we think is an adequate restoration of this place.
And then with regards to like toxic chemical stuff, do you guys do that, or is that a third party, another third party?
We engage a third party just because we can't verify our own work.
Okay. All right, well, I guess let's head in.
Cool. No burn structure. You didn't.
No
have
burn
like
structure.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is. I mean, already off the bat, I can tell you. Okay. Yeah, so I've been in a couple homes like this. You're on the heavier side. If it's that bad, they even start going towards direction of replacement of hardwood floors. I've seen that already, and then yeah, you need 2 coats of paint on your whole structure. This would be a pretty detailed cleaning. I'll obviously go take a deeper look, but if it's that bad, like yeah, that's really heavy soot contamination. This is a soot sponge. We combine it with chemical, and it's what we use to like clean all the surfaces. And I use it to just test. I just drag it along the surface. And you can see right there, it comes immediately with a black ring. It's not gray. Gray would be dust. It's black. Sometimes it even gets on the walls. That's why you need to vacuum the walls. Yeah, that's the ash and char. Wow, yeah, it's pretty bad. You have continuous wood flooring, so the reconstruction would be heading north of 60, 70, 80 grand for the replacement of your hardwood floor. Because if it's continuous upstairs, oh boy.
It is. It's hardwoods throughout.
Yeah, so it could easily be 100 then, if not more, because that's all, yeah, that would all have to get ripped up.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you is like all this furniture is literally like brand new. Is it all trash?
So, I mean, there's always a positive and a negative about that I tell people. If it's brand new, that means you could get another one. It's not irreplaceable. But yeah, chances are if it's this badly contaminated, because I could see the ash on those doors.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I'd say there's a soot layer on everything in this room.
With all this new information, I definitely wanted to know how long I could expect this process to take.
Yours is a bit more comprehensive. Probably be 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months before we can move, before the place is
And yeah, until you're back in here.
I do have $1 million question, and I know you're not going to be able to answer it, but those houses across the street that burn, when they start pulling all that stuff up, isn't it all going to be kicked back up and back into here?
Chances are, yeah, some of it will end up back in here. And if you want to delay, because a lot of people are doing that, if you want to delay the cleaning, that's completely fine. What I would just clarify with the adjuster is, how long do I have to have this claim open? There's a life limit on a claim. Okay. So usually after a year or 2 years, they close it.
But like, would I just have to leave this place like this for until?
Yeah.
And then what about the walls? Like I've heard people say like you have to like rip the walls out and take the insulation out. Or is that like, you've never heard that?
I wouldn't cut your home.
Okay, I don't want to gut the home either.
No.
And does the attic need to be re-insulated? Like
100%.
Okay. The fire smell in here is
pretty intense. We are not going to open the refrigerator because this is a bio-time bomb in there now. Thankfully, it's very well sealed. And what about my fridge? It has not been opened.
It's done.
That fridge is a bio.
It's done. What happens is all that mold and mildew is now in your fans. It would require an interior tear down at that point because you have the ventilation system that is full of mold particles.
Now that I have a better idea of what needs to be remediated, I need to learn more about chemical testing and which specific tests I need to do.
There's two actually. It's the wildfire analysis report and then a soot chemical analysis report. The way that works is like you can test for any chemical you want. So like if you wanted to test for cyanide or arsenic, lead, you can pay for that, but it's going to drive the price of your
Wouldn't lead
testing.
be tested for?
Not in the materials.
I don't know what kind of remediation my house needs yet. First, I need to test it for toxins. Current concerns are lead, asbestos, and VOCs. That testing will determine what kind of protocols will need to take place in order to make my home safe again.
Most goods to this level are unsalvageable.
My house didn't even burn, but the smoke, the ash, the toxins, they got into everything. The walls, the furniture, the vents. We'll have to throw almost everything out. And the cost to clean what's left? Unbelievable.
The remediator just left the house, and I think it was surprising to me to see how surprised he was at the state of the house.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is...
I think when he walked up, like me, the house looks good, but when you open the door, you see there's ash and debris everywhere. So I think he was surprised by the inside the home. He definitely didn't have any real idea of like what's in the ash, and that's certainly concerning as somebody who's realizing there's probably more in there than just ash. It's probably a lot of toxins. For me, what's next is to call an industrial hygienist and figure out what type of testing we need to do here to get the house safe. And I don't think my insurance company is going to pay for it because as of today, they have said they are not paying for it. And why is that? Because they know we're going to find stuff in there and they don't want to pay for it. I'm hearing through rumors and Facebook groups that insurance companies are just saying they're going to clean everything. But my understanding is there is no real way to clean soft goods. And I believe that's what the remediator just said.
Most goods to this level are unsalvageable.
Here's where that leaves me. Months of cleaning, tens of thousands in costs, and still no answers about what toxins are lingering in my home. If I want to know what my house was exposed to, I'm gonna have to pay for chemical testing. And it's expensive. And if it's entirely up to me, I'm gonna have to figure it out somehow.
I don't know how easy it's going to be to move back in. The neighborhood's totally different. The house is full of stuff, and we need to go through the process of figuring out how do we make it safe again. Thanks again for watching today's video on Homeward. We've got a lot more coming up on remediation, around the fire. We've got a lot more in store for you around the rebuilding and recovery of Altadena, and we hope you'll stick around and subscribe to the channel.